Rise and shine, drink some brine, get up and rejoice, for this, listeners, is episode 89. Oh, guess who's back? An audio intro. I don't do them all the times nowadays because I never get much feedback from them. Do people like them? Either way, it's me, your host, or one of them, one of the co-hosts, Tom Bloody Lawrenson. Yeah, we're back. Pottervision boys. Oh, have I got a meaty episode. This is like the climax of the book, this episode. Flesh, blood, and boner. Well, yeah. I don't really know what to say. We're enjoying your reviews. Keep sending those in. They make everything worthwhile. Who are you all? There's quite a few of you listening, but we don't really have a register of you all. So if you could all send in your names, your addresses, your bank details, your mother's maiden names, a bank statement, that'd make everything a lot easier on my end. Do you get me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to rip you off. I'm a con man. Anyway, Pottervision boys are going to the Edinburgh Fringe this August. 20 days of me and the bloody bastard we all know as Lukas Kirkby reenacting that bloody film. And we're going to put some new scenes in it. And also, guess who else is going to be at the Edinburgh Fringe? Me, Tom Lawrenson, for a month, doing a work-in-progress stand-up show called Cheeky Monkey, about me being a bastard chicken monkey. A lot of swearing in this intro. Do you want to excuse yourselves? Wash your ears out, please, listening to me, making me say these words to you. Also, go on the Pottervision website, pottervision.com. We're doing like a work-in-progress show in Manchester, if you'd like to come to that. Why not fly across the world if you're an international listener? Book yourself the presidential suite at the Hilton Hotel in Manchester and make it your main holiday for the next 10 years. You deserve it. God knows you deserve it. Otherwise, the only thing left to say, if you'd like to support me and Lukas, you can go on patreon.com/Pottervision. And you can gain access to a whole host of goodies. Oh my God, the amount of bonus episodes that are on there now. Get involved. Go have a snoop about, yeah? They really are some of my favourite episodes on there. I cry laughing every time I listen to them. What's that? Do I listen to my own podcast and laugh? Yes, I do. I find myself very funny. All right, then, anyway, this is episode 89.
Pottervision, Pottervision, Pottervision. Pottervision.
Hello, and welcome to the Pottervision podcast, the podcast where every single week, myself, Lukas Kirkby, and this man opposite me, Tom Lawrenson, we look at a chapter of the Harry Potter books and we use them as a springboard for
conversation. Yes.
That's it. This week we're on episode 89 and we're on chapter 32 of The Goblet of Fire, Flesh, Blood, and Bone. Exactly. Tom, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right. How do I look?
You look absolutely fabulous. You look like you've been away, but you're now recovered.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. How are things in Germany?
They are well. We've actually been in Poland for a week this week, getting ready for the wedding. Yeah.
Huh?
So I've been helping Martina's dad. I've been painting barn doors and shed doors to make the garden look nice for the garden party. And can I say I was on a very tall ladder at one point. It was scary.
This is absolutely bonkers. The amount of effort that has to go into getting married If I'd known that you had to paint a barn to get married, like I would, I'd consider it a write-off. I will never propose if you have to start doing manual labour.
Well, I do feel like I've been, fooled a little bit because when I got down on one knee in Dublin and said, Martina, Martina, will you marry me? She just said yes. She didn't say, by the way, you will have to paint a barn door.
This is how women trick you.
Yeah. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Women, the unforgivable sex is what you always call them.
He took the words right into my mouth. Like meatloaf backwards.
The unforgivable sex. Women.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, but I went to buy. Oh, you like this story? I went to buy a suit for the wedding because I don't want to wear the same suit that I wore in February. So I've got a blue suit that I'm going to wear on the Sunday, and I needed a black suit to buy to wear on the Saturday. So Martina's very kind cousin went with me because he's quite stylish. So he took me to a few...
He's stylish, right? He's got a baseball cap that he wears sideways. He's got a pair of sunglasses. He's got a backpack that he wears over one shoulder. He's cool.
He's cool, by the way. And so he takes me to a few shopping centres, right? And we go to this one, and he's like, right, he's my translator as well, so he's speaking in Polish. He goes, he needs a black suit, he wants it quite traditional. So she goes and fetches me some trousers and puts me in a cubicle.
Yeah.
I get the first pair on and I can't shut them. I get the second pair on and they're just tight like this. I'm thinking, oh God, this is bloody embarrassing, isn't it? So anyway, she says that that's their biggest pair of trousers that they've got. So I'm not feeling very good about my womanly hips. So anyway,
Okay.
So he goes, oh, I've got an idea. And I'll tell you the name of the shop that he took me to, right? It was an Italian suit shop, and it was Giacomo, right? Giacomo, right?
Yeah. Giacomo.
Yeah. But I think he's taking me to Giacomo.
Giacomo.
Because I've not had any trousers that fit me. And he goes, oh, I know what to do with you. We'll take you to Giacomo. And I'm like, that's like 5XL Hawaiian shirts, isn't it? I don't want to buy me a wedding suit from Giacomo. But luckily, it was Giacomo. It was very good, and that's where I got my suit.
But Giacomo definitely sounds like the European version of Giacomo.
I know, but it was more fancy. But all I could think of was that advert with Johnny Vegas shouting, talking about how you can get 6XL shirts and baggy pants.
Giacomo, you're fat. There's nothing you can do about it. Come get dressed.
That'd be a great slogan for a clothes shop. Come get dressed. As if people are wandering in their pyjamas. Oh, come get dressed. Do I have to pay? Yes, come in.
Come get dressed. You haven't got a leather jacket that's massive, have you? We have.
Yeah, we have. There you go. Come get dressed. Hey, I might start my own clothes shop called that.
Come get dressed. All right.
Just the outfit already folded up on the chair. It's already there for you. Just come get dressed. I'll see you at the counter. Hey, how was Glastonbury?
Never mind that. They've moved me at work. I touched on this last week.
Oh, yeah, they've moved you at work. This is more interesting than you going to a festival.
I'd say so.
Go on then, how's it gone?
So they moved me at work, right? And they put me in this. I've got this good desk. Ooh, she's by the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
People aren't going to come behind me. Huh?
Yeah.
It's very good. But also, they've changed the teams up a bit. And they happen to have on my team at least, 3 of my enemies.
Oh, and how big's the team?
4 people on the team.
Are you the fourth one? Is it just you and enemies?
Yeah, me and enemies. So
Oh.
I now spend my time not talking to anyone.
Oh, that's sad, isn't it? And you're bang in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I know. Walked in this morning, someone karate chopped me in the neck.
Yeah.
Oh! I fell on my knees trying to get some wind back, and someone kicked me on the anus. Ow!
Yeah.
It stung, Mr. Kirkby.
Yeah.
Right.
On your hoop.
Kicked me on the hoop. I went, ow! And
Yeah.
someone leaned in my ear and went, that got you breathing, didn't it? That got you breathing. I was like,
Been ambushed by your enemies.
and then they went, now do 8 hours worth of work. Capiche? Right. I went to Glastonbury.
Hey, the biggest music festival in the world.
I don't know about
I don't. Any good?
that. But I go in. Not much to report, really. I walked about for a bit. Some people. I got recognised about 3 times from Pottervision.
From Pottervision.
Yeah,
Hey, what did they say? Where's the other one?
I was wandering round on my own.
Yeah.
Billy No Mates, and some guy ran after me. Pottervision. I was like, hello.
Yeah.
And I chatted to this guy for a bit, and I said, can I come hang out with you and your mates? And he said, no. And then I got bumped into by another one. A guy said, he goes, I just randomly happened to be in Glasgow and I came along to the show. It was not what I expected. You boys are out of your minds. Some shit like that.
Great.
Another guy saw us in Leeds. He got a picture of me. He's like, my girlfriend's a big fan. Isn't that mad?
It's lovely. Hey, you didn't bump into the Pottervisions, did you?
No, they were avoiding me.
Were they? Oh, I'll have to have a word with
Found
them
their
about
camp and I got in their tents for a bit, but they weren't there. And you can only wait so long.
that. I know. Once you've left your sense on everything, there's no point sticking around, is there?
I got recognised by one person. I was waiting for the showers. There was this lad.
Yeah.
I went, how long have you been waiting for the showers? He goes, 3 hours. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Fine. He says 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And then he goes, hang on, I think I recognise you. And then I start pushing up my hair like that, going, oh yeah, dear. I went, I'll stop you right there. I'll tell you I am. I said, I'm famous. I said, I'm one of the Pottervision boys, yeah? I said, I'm an international man of mystery. I'm Austin Powers. And I said, and sometimes I put daft little videos on the internet. And he goes, no. He goes, you're friends with my cousin Adam.
Brilliant. Hey, well, I'll tell you, I got recognised when I was in Poland.
Oh yeah, tell me more. Did they put up a fight?
Hey, well, I got recognised in Poland by Martina's family, who I've met before.
Hello, Martina's dad. Hello, Martina's mum.
They knew who I was. I can't lie.
Hello, Martina's cousin. I love your Converse trainers. They're a throwback.
Hey, I had to wear Converse trainers for my sister's wedding. All the groomsmen had to wear Converse trainers, and Alan wore them as well.
That's lovely.
It's lovely, isn't it? But don't worry, For my wedding, everybody will be wearing jelly shoes.
And for my wedding, everyone will be wearing a jumbo thong bikini.
It's a jumbo thong.
It's a jumbo thong bikini.
Oh, that's exciting. When's Jerry Berry's wedding, do you know?
Year or some shit. You're getting married awfully soon, aren't you?
It's very soon. I believe the first day, the kind of garden party, is 2 months today.
Oh!
Have you got your fancy dress sorted?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, go on.
I'm going as Martina's cool cousin.
That's brilliant. Oh no, he's already going as that. You can't go as the same.
I'm going to go as the Simpsons.
All of them.
Hey, Homer! Oh, Marge! Dad! Get off my shoe! Let me do my homework!
I'd say 3 out of 5 of them were very good. You should have a Simpsons Edinburgh show.
This is coming from the man who's never watched an episode of The Simpsons. I think they're quite good.
No, I've watched it a couple of times.
Homer, you've spent all our wedding money.
Oh, Homie.
Homie. Oh, Marge, I love you.
It's mad, isn't it? I used to collect those. I think everyone our age tried to collect these Simpsons magnets, where there were 5 of them, and if you put them all together, it was all of them on a couch.
I know. And once you had them all, you could just look at that. Look at that. It's The Simpsons on my fridge. Would you look at that?
Me collecting them, I've never seen it. Oh, that's a dad. Ooh, that's a dog. How many more are there, Dad? Ooh, it's a sister with a star head.
It would have been so interesting to go around the Kirkby household when you were a kid.
Yeah.
You put The Simpsons on. No.
Yeah.
Dinner ladies on video were watching.
Well, it wasn't the fridge. We used to put the magnets on the side of the microwave. So there'd be Simpsons ones, and still to this day, there's Mr. Bean ones. And I've got a magnet of 6-time World Snooker Champion Ray Reardon from the 70s.
Liar.
It's true. Calling me out, he knows it's perfectly true. Liar. Yeah, I've been doing a bit of writing for Pottervision, trying to get some new scenes together for Edinburgh. It's exciting.
I thought of a scene.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically you sent me a list of scenes, and I was like, I'll write a scene on that in my head, and I went like this. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this'll kill a minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this'll kill 1 minute exactly.
Any good?
It's this. I go, platform 9 3/4. Are you taking the fucking piss, Harry Potter? And then you go, excuse me, I'm a child.
Yeah, hey, I like that.
If anything, your response should be, I think someone's having you on, lad. There's 9 and 10, but there's no 3/4. No station has anything like that, as you probably imagined. Not platform 9 3/4. Not that, right? So,
Yeah.
Also, do you know what? Sod it. Who can I put in a complaint to? If I want to do a complaint, how do I do it?
I love that. I'll kill a minute exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Tom, do you have any more updates for us?
No.
Well, on that sneeze, I shall give you a rundown of Chapter 32 of Book 4, Flesh, Blood and Bone. Suddenly, Harry, it's the new word for the two of them. It's Harry and Cedric. It's Hadrick. So Harry and Cedric, they're in a graveyard and it's scary. And who should be there but Wormtail with baby Voldemort swaddled in robes. Next minute he goes, kill the and then Wormtail kills Cedric Diggory dead. And he's gone from Cedric to Dedrick. Next minute, Wormtail is binding and gagging Harry, tying him to Voldemort's daddy's grave, and he gets a cauldron out. He's got bone of the father, he's got flesh of the servants, and he cuts Harry's arm, and he's got blood of the enemy. And it all goes into a sizzling cauldron. Baby Voldemort gets thrown in, and from the cauldron rises the Dark Lord himself. He's got a flat face and a flat nose, and he's back. And that was Flesh, Blood und Bone.
That was lovely.
What, the lie down you just had? You had a nice lie down.
Listeners, I don't know what he's talking about.
I think I might be right.
I've come in sat cross-legged. I've got no back support to get the good lighting by the window.
Yeah, very nice. I think I'm right in saying this is the shortest chapter we've had in the whole series. It's about 7 pages.
I have to say, Lucas, I am grateful.
Let there be more of them, we say. Yeah, because if there were shorter chapters, this podcast would go on for longer, wouldn't it? Maybe 7 years it would take us to do the whole... Huh?
Is this lighting any better?
It's lovely. You look very nice. It's no different, I don't think. But yeah, nice little short and sweet chapters.
Short and sweet. Like a bottom.
Like a...
That don't make sense, does it?
Yeah, I suppose bottoms can be sweet if you've
Do we
sat
know
on
any
a
short
rose.
people?
Warwick Davis.
Short and sweet like Warwick Davis. Wouldn't you agree?
Short and sweet like Warwick Davis sucking on a strawberry lolly.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Short and sweet like Vern Troyer in a chocolate fountain.
Short and sweet like Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, running around naked in a live performance of Equus.
Oh, come on, when are you doing that again, Daniel?
Go on, Daniel. Shag that horse again in front of people. Though it's getting smutty, this.
He didn't do that. I thought he just got nude.
I don't know.
It can't be Barbie that he had relations with a horse.
But let me tell you this.
Yeah.
The scene starts. Harry's got a poorly leg.
Oh, he's got a poorly leg, isn't he?
Harry's got a poorly leg.
Yeah.
You're on. You're on.
He's got a poorly leg.
Harry's got a poorly leg. And isn't that tough, right? In their heads, the challenge is still happening. The task is still happening. All right, I guess the trophy's a portkey. Oh my God, this challenge 3. I tell you what, the first one was hard. You got to fight a dragon. Second one, you got to breathe underwater. Third one, you've got to defeat the Dark Lord. Bloody hell!
Hey, look, we haven't had this tournament for 700 years. You've got to be back with a bang. Yeah? Dragon, mermaids, the Dark Lord.
It's the Dark Lord, right?
Because really, it's like, I think a dragon's still probably the hardest task. The third one should be the hardest, not going round a maze. Oh, we have to get a riddle. Flaming Dragon task 1. Bring out the Dark Lord, or at least one of his biggest supporters. Just a room full of Dementors or something. That should be the final task. The boss battle.
Room full of boggarts.
Yeah, a room full of boggarts. Yeah.
It would be harrowing, wouldn't it? Like I think in this, the book is a lot more scary than the film. Kill the spare. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
And
is
then
scary. Yeah,
he stares into Cedric's dead eyes and his gawped expression. Like,
yeah,
that is awful. In the film, you see a shot of that, but a lot of the time, you don't understand something until it is spelled out for you.
yeah. You think he might just be frozen or something? Because you saw that with Neville Longbottom, didn't you? Petrificus Totalis, where he just went, and then he had his his eyes open on the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the killing curse of Adacadabra. Hey, but before that, they get the wands out ready, don't they? Yeah. Even though in their minds there's still a chance that they've been portkeyed to the awards ceremony. They've got it cocked and loaded, ready for the trophy presentation. Hey, very hard to shake a bottle of champagne when you got a gun in your hand, isn't it? Yeah, mad.
What a strange award ceremony. Tom Riddle's grave.
Well, I'll take it.
It's awful to be so helpless. Cedric's just been killed. And as a
Yeah.
child as well, we must not forget that Harry Potter is like 14 years old or something like that. Is he 15 now, Your
He's
Honour?
a tiny little boy.
Yeah, and then he's just watched, like, this is the most horrific thing that has ever happened to him while conscious as a human being. When you're a baby and you see something like that, whatever. But now he's an adult and he just seen someone be killed next to him. As a child, that would be horrific. This really puts to bed the previous 3 books, which now seem like child's play, don't they? Someone's actually died.
Yeah. For me, this is the chapter that's like, right, shit's getting serious now. Somebody's dead, the Dark Lord's back, and it's very, like, graphic as well. There's lots of, like, cutting off hands, slicing people's arms off, getting bones from graves, Voldemort's nude body. It's very dark.
They describe Voldemort as very ugly in this chapter.
Yeah.
They say of him, because he looks like a baby in his blanket, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But they add, no child alive has ever had a face like that. Obviously, never been to Bispam High in Blackpool.
Then 10 a penny in Bispam High.
So,
You're never 6 foot away from a face like that.
some real rotters in Bispam High. Honestly, having been there myself, you really are. You go neck to neck, you shoulder to shoulder with, which can only be described, and this was on our a part of our school motto. Only described children who look like inhuman scum.
Dedication, concentration, inhuman scum. Come on, let's do the school song. Dedication, concentration, inhuman scum.
That's you.
Now, this bit where Cedric gets killed, right? When you get drawn into a book, but then something distracts you or something clicks you out of the reality of the book. So it was awful. Cedric Diggory's been killed, right? And I was like, bloody hell. But then I had to laugh at the fact that he was spread-eagled on the floor. She loves having characters spread-eagled, doesn't she? It looks like he's ready for a Thai massage, the lad.
He was in the most vulnerable position you could imagine. The boy was spread eagle. Huh? His legs were separated, his arms were separated. He was dead. It's safe to say you could do what you want to him.
He's dead. He's spread eagled. Why has Voldemort not got more people helping out with this resurrection? Because he's about to summon the Death Eaters. Right. But Wormtail, he's like struggling pushing this cauldron in. He's had to bring him in swaddled and like puts him down. And he's dragging in this stone cauldron. Death Eaters, I'm sweating buckets here. Someone give his hand with I'll chop my hand off. Someone just give his hand dragging that over.
No, that's like me. I never want any help.
Yeah.
I'd rather do something myself just to spite myself. I call it my punishment.
Yeah.
Like anytime I've moved house, I've always done it myself. I'll never ask anyone because I think I don't want to owe anyone a single favour. It's like during Pottervision. Have you noticed I always say my own lines? I never ask you to say any of my lines.
Yeah, you're very good with that. And I've offered.
Having said that, I think some of my lines have transferred to you because I refuse to say them.
Over
You
the
thought
years,
of a
yeah.
line. There was a line once where you go, and then you point at me and say Greg Wallace, and I was like, no.
That gets a good laugh, that.
Have it.
Thank you. Yeah, we were thinking about the possibility of doing a show in Munich, maybe, because there's like a comedy club that does English comedy nights. And I was thinking about Greg Wallace. I was like, oh, we'll have to Google some bald German celebrity with glasses. Say his name.
Goebbels?
Look to the audience, eh?
Heinrich Himmler?
Well, that's all we know. Big up that. Pottervision World Tour. Various towns in the UK and Germany.
So, part of the potion to get Voldemort back to life, you require blood of the enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, Lukas, should you ever be in a position where we need to regenerate you, this is the one place that we would struggle to get, because you do not have a single enemy. Because you, Lukas Kirkby, love every single man, woman and child on this earth, yeah? If someone asked you for it, you would give them all of your fortunes of money. You would let any vagabond, like homeless person, or just general scally, share your bed with you should they need. So you would never be able to find the blood of your enemy.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Let me just cross out that point from my notes. Whereas you, I wouldn't know where to begin. You've got enemies at every corner of the globe. I'd be spoilt for choice.
I was in line for Glastonbury, like you got to queue up, and I was looking at people. I go, they don't even know they're my fucking biggest enemy right now.
Just because they're in front of you at the queue.
No, just because they were being loud in the queue. This
Oh,
bold bloke with a southern accent going, things are going to get a bit catty this weekend.
See,
It's 6 a.m, sir.
See, that's why I don't have enemies, because that make me laugh.
That would make you laugh. I wanted to, honestly, people had to stop me from putting my hands around his neck.
Yeah. Well,
Whereas you would be putting your hands around his neck going, let me massage this neck to give you plenty of relaxation before the journey ahead.
well, I think anybody unusual or interesting, I just find really fascinating. Like, I won't make. Well, I don't know his name, but there's a man in the village where Martina's family live, and he's like he's always at every occasion. And I don't think anybody knows who he is, but he's always at church and he's always at these things. But anyway, one day it was really sunny, and he had his top off on the street. He must be about in his 50s, 60s, maybe, this guy. Quite big, and he's topless. And I've never seen body hair like it. He had. His belly was completely bald. But then he had like a hairy brow over his moves. But it was like so perfectly shaped. It was like a hairy bikini.
You're sat there looking at him.
And honestly, every time I walk down that street, I'm hoping to see him.
You really are on the hippo that is monsters of this earth. You are the bird on top of the on their back, grooming them.
I'm sat in a crocodile's agape mouth, cleaning its teeth.
That is the best description for you.
That's me, right? And I hope you include that in the wedding speech.
Whereas I am one of them monkeys that goes like this. Woo, woo, woo.
I love them howler monkeys, I believe they're called.
I like them.
Yeah, they don't give a very nice description of Voldemort. Just going into it in a bit more detail. It says he's ugly, slimy, and blind. Harry had never seen anything less like a child. Hairy and scaly, a dark, raw, reddish black. Nice personality, though? No. He's an ass as well. And it says, like, flesh of the... so he's got to get these three things to resurrect Voldemort, right? Bone of the father. A little bit of dust comes out from the grave. Blood of the enemy. He only gets a few drops of blood from Harry. Flesh of the servant. Cut me all hand off. Wormtail, I only needed a flake of skin. What? Like you needed me whole hand or something. Have we ever said that?
You could.
Why would you assume it was your whole hand?
Oh, I wish you'd said. Oh, cut me old fucking hand off.
There's
also,
never any specific thing in the ritual that says how much flesh.
The things that you could cut off before your hand, your ears,
Yeah, cut off an earlobe or something.
a toe,
Yeah. What about your appendix? You don't need that.
your cock and bollocks.
Your milk and colics. What about your
He's not
tonsils?
using them, is he?
No. No. If he's getting any slap and tickle, never mind fathering any children, I'll be very surprised.
That's funny, isn't it? Like, to imagine, like, Wormtail, like, in these years, in this, like, 7 years of, like, oh, how many years is it he's, like, you know, back with the Dark Lord?
It's a year, isn't it?
Is that it? No, but I mean, like, even afterwards.
Oh, right, yeah, a few years maybe, yeah, 3 or 4
Before
years.
the demise. Before
Yeah.
the demise.
Yeah.
Is at any point during this time, is he wanking?
Where have you been, Wormtail? A man's got needs, the Dark Lord. A man's got
Wormtail.
needs.
What are you doing in there?
Been milking Nagini, if you know what I mean. You started.
Naughty. You. That's disgusting.
I like the idea that he's got a hot piece of totty in Little Hangleton. That he's meeting every now and then. Why not?
Listeners. He likes that idea. He likes the idea of Wormtail, having it away. I sit in my spare time thinking about peace among all men, you know. An end to this worldwide bloody pandemic, yeah? A reduction in fuel costs. Lukas Kirkby sits on his sun lounger week to week in Germany thinking about Wormtail having it away. Huh?
Having a bit of house
This is what you
cookie.
Is this what you went into early retirement for, Lucas?
Yeah, exactly. So I could sit with me bonnet. What was it? What was that thing wrapped around my head?
A knotted hanky.
Oh yeah, not a hanky wrapped around my head, thinking about Wormtail's sex life.
Did we ever say what our nicknames would be if we were part of the Padfoot and Prongs crew?
No.
So first, we've got to say, what would our dream animagi be?
Okay.
What would yours be?
I would like to be a sly old fox.
Fox. Okay. So, fox have ears. Yours name would, and also part of this crew, they've got bad nicknames.
Oh.
So your nickname would be Eerie.
Eerie. That's cool because it sounds a bit scary as well. Ooh, eerie.
Yeah.
What about you? What animal would you like to be?
I'd like to be a gorilla, and for that reason, my nickname would be Fist.
And
Gorillas have fists.
well, let's get four together. What do we think Lewis would turn into? Friend of the show, Lewis Shaw.
Lewis would turn into a goldfish, and his nickname would be Goldie.
Goldie. And then one final one. What about Lucy? What animal would she be?
She would be a falcon, and her name would be Beaky.
So we've got Beaky, Goldie, Eerie, and Fist.
What would Martina be?
She would be a beautiful swan. And I'd call her Beaky. Come on, Beaky, I love you. Come get dressed.
Me Beaky or her Beaky? Her, you!
You're Beaky.
Voldemort falls into the cauldron with a sickening splash.
Yeah.
What does that sound like?
Yes. And then
Harry
yeah.
keeps wishing for the death of this evil little baby.
Yeah.
He says, "Let it drown. Let it be dead.
Along that tree.
Throw it into the tree." Yeah.
His hands all sweaty.
His hands all sweaty. Harry, do you not want this book series to go on?
No.
Buddy, it's all been building up to Voldemort. Do you not want him alive?
Yeah, it's going to make you millions, this. Shut up.
Think, twit.
And then Voldemort emerges from the cauldron, and the first thing he thinks is, "Oh, I'm nude, better get some clothes on." The first thing he says is, "Robe me." Mate, half a minute ago, you were a half-human baby brought back to life, right? I'm not bothered if I can see your dick. The Dark Lord's risen.
Wormtail, robe me. I don't want anyone to see my body.
We've all seen it already. We've seen it now. You might as well stay like that.
No, being a Dark Lord is one thing, but I don't want paedophile on my rap sheet.
It's rap sheet. Oh,
If I get sent to Azkaban, they leave me alive if I'm a nonce. He says, "Robe me."
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets robed. And it was that made me think, perhaps it would be worthwhile getting a servant.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be nice to be dressed, wouldn't it?
A paid hand like Wormtail that you can be like, Dress me.
Yeah.
Undress me.
Yeah. Brush me teeth.
Wash my body. Wash my body.
Comb my hair.
Shave my body.
Shave my body, wipe my body.
Slap my bum cheeks about.
That's not in the contract. Do it. There's a line at the bottom of the contract that says any other things asked by your line manager.
Say this word that I've written on a piece of paper.
Not saying that.
Well, I'm going to be recording it, and I want you to say it because you are employed by me.
All right then.
Right, robe me. Robe me.
He's made him say a swear word. He stood there nude. Come upstairs, I'm ready. Do you want me to robe you? No, wait a minute. I decide the order. Say that for me.
Alright. Minge. Robe me.
Do you want me to tie the robe as well? No, leave it hanging open. It never says he ties the robe. He's there looking with his open kimono.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He's a legend. And then, yeah, Lord Voldemort has risen again. Best cliffhanger so far, I reckon. Because you think, how's he going to get out of this one? He's gagged and bound. He's got the Dark Lord back. He's got bad leg, cut arm. How the hell is this little boy going to survive this encounter, I wonder? Goes to his mum and dad, protect him momentarily, maybe.
Mind that tree. Right. How many untied robes of a reanimated man are you going to give this chapter out of 5?
Do you know what? It was short, but it was sweet, like we said. I really enjoyed it. We've gone really bloody dark. There was lots of gore, really. Hands being cut off, arms being sliced open, people being brutally murdered. Cedric Diggory is dead. Can't wait for his dad to find out. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give this a perfect 5 open-robed, reanimated men out of 5.
That's lovely. For many reasons, I am tempted to do the same. It was funny to have both the boys in such... Everyone was vulnerable in this chapter. Vulnerability should have been the name of this chapter. One boy was so vulnerable he died.
Yeah.
Harry was tied up like a Christmas hog. Mm-hmm. Voldemort was a fleshy little ugly baby.
Mm-hmm.
And he was naked as well when he became a man. Is there anything more vulnerable than being nude?
I don't think so.
And Wormtail's so vulnerable, he cut off his own arm.
Mm.
Out of respect of the vulnerability of this chapter, I'm awarding it 5 unopened robes of a reanimated man.
We love to hear it.
Are you ready for quiz?
Yeah.
Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz.
Cool, gonna ask you some questions. How well will you?
Do quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quoo. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter.
Because how well will you do? I'll blow you
a kiss.
kiss.
Question 1. How was Wormtail's height described?
Oh. Squat.
No, short. Question 2. What did Harry think Wormtail was carrying?
Baby.
A baby, correct. Question 3. How far did Wormtail stop Harry and Cedric? How far did he stop from Harry and Cedric?
2 feet.
6 feet.
Oof.
And finally, what temperature was Voldemort's voice?
Temperature. Icy.
It was cold. Unfortunately, you have lost the quiz. Quiz, crew. Gonna ask you some questions. How well will you do? Quiz, crew. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter.
Lucas, how well will you do? I'll blow you a kiss. Now it is time for the nation's second favourite segment. It's Hedwig's Droppings. We're not alluding to owl poo. We're not alluding to ploppings. We mean the messages that you send in when we allude to Hedwig's Droppings. What's in a beak this week, Cheap? Well, we've had a couple of lovely messages. We've had a message from Bellatrix on the website. She says, "Hello, Pottervision boys. I love your podcast and would rate it 15 out of 10 if it's possible. I have a question. Can you rank Harry, Hermione, Ron, Molly, Draco, Lucius, Sirius, Bellatrix and Voldemort from best to worst? Thanks for making my Monday so bright, from Bellatrix, who is French and she's 12 years old."
Cool.
So, right, well, what should we do? Should we do let's do a higher or lower situation. So let's start with Harry. So, do you prefer Hermione to Harry or Harry to Hermione?
Hermione, I prefer.
Okay, so Hermione's in the lead. Now, do you prefer Ron or Hermione?
Hermione.
Okay, do you prefer Molly or Hermione?
Hermione.
Do you prefer Draco or Hermione?
Draco.
Oh, do you prefer Lucius or Draco?
Lucius.
Do you prefer Sirius or Lucius?
Lucius.
Do you prefer Bellatrix or Lucius?
Lucius.
And do you prefer Voldemort or Lucius?
Lucius.
There we go. So it was kind of a ranking, wasn't it? Well, I think we had Lucius then. Well, we found out the top. Right, and to do the whole ranking would take half an hour. So we hope that's good enough for you, Bellatrix. Thank you so much for getting in touch, and merci beaucoup pour écouter le podcast. We've also had a lovely message on Instagram from Alison. And she says, "I love the podcast and have been binge listening to be able to listen to the episodes as they come out. I'm on the last chapter of the Chamber of Secrets. The episodes crack me up and I'm laughing like an idiot in the car on my own way to work. I came to see the show in Brighton back in January and loved it, especially because you picked on me browser." We like that, don't we? And finally, I've got a message here from Sister Sophie, who says, "I am 5 years older than Tom, not 20, like he said in the last episode. If you don't rectify it in the next podcast, you'll lose your German bank accounts. Tom,
What does that mean?
I've got to feed my family. So I'm
Thing
here."
is,
Yeah.
Lawrenson women age a lot quicker than Lawrenson men.
Oh, yeah. So it's 20 years in Lawrenson years, you reckon?
Well, she just like, I don't know. 5 to... Yeah, I guess so. Well, it all works out.
It all works out. So thank you everyone for getting in touch, and that was Hedwig's Droppings. This has been the Pottervision podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We are at Edinburgh this year from the 4th till the 24th of August. Tickets are available on the website, pottervision.com. We are also doing a preview in Manchester on the 28th of July, I think. The date's on the website, and yeah, that's over half full already, so get your tickets while you can. And yeah, if you want to support us, patreon.com/Pottervision, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Next week we will be on episode 90, and we're on chapter 33 of A Goblet of Fire, The Death Eaters. You are a pressy uppy Tom Lawrenson.
And you are a bloody lovely Lukas Kirkby.
Goodbye.
Pottervision.
Thank you for listening to the Pottervision podcast. The music was performed by Jack Evans. If you'd like bonus content and to support the show, you can visit patreon.com/Pottervision.